I'm Michelle Hammer. I live in New York City. I run the clothing line Schizophrenia NYC. It's a mental health clothing line trying to change the way New York City sees mental health. This is one of the slogans that I have on my t-shirts. Don't be paranoid, you look great. And it's just supposed to kind of be funny, but be serious in a way, because just schizophrenic people are paranoid, but don't be paranoid, you look great. Using humor definitely opens a conversation and makes people talk more about it. The whole idea is if you have a conversation about mental health, that people will start talking about it more and that there will be less stigma. 1 in 5 New Yorkers has a mental illness, but it's so stigmatized, which makes no sense. And I usually have a pop-up shop where I set up all the clothing and everything that I sell, and once I start talking about mental health and that I have schizophrenia, the person that I'm talking to either tells me, oh, they have a mental illness, a friend of theirs has a mental illness, or a family member does. And I just wanted to just get New Yorkers talking about mental health. Show them that you can live well with a mental illness and you can own a business with a mental illness, and let's just start talking about mental health. Well, at 18, I was told I was bipolar, and I just kind of believed that, even though I knew something was kind of different. My first symptoms that I kind of experienced were more in 9th grade. I didn't really want to do any homework. I didn't want to do anything. I wasn't expecting to ever graduate high school. I believed everyone had it out for me, especially my mom. I thought all these therapists she was bringing me to, I thought they were all just trying to like get into my head and ruin my life, but I didn't realize it was paranoia. So once I go to college, I think, okay, I'm free of my mother. She's gone. She can't hurt me anymore. And everything's fine for a while. And then I realized I was having all of these paranoid thoughts about my roommate. And then I'm like, wait, my roommate's not trying to kill me. She's not trying to hurt me. Oh my God, it's me. So I made an appointment with the health center. And that's how it all started. I realized that I was the one with the problem. Being diagnosed with schizophrenia was the best thing that ever happened to me, because now I could be treated for the right illness. Schizophrenia has positive symptoms, negative symptoms, and cognitive symptoms. Positive just means you might have hallucinations or delusions, anything that's kind of outward and things you can see. Negative symptoms are more just like not being able to speak, just not talking, not doing anything, just mostly just sadness. Cognitive symptoms are where people talk to you, but you just don't comprehend what people are talking about. And I think I've experienced all three at different points in my life. The symptoms that I mostly have is just like really vivid daydreams. I just leave reality. I start talking to this whole imaginary world that I don't even realize that I'm doing until somebody will just like snap me out of it. And they're like, who are you talking to? And I'm like, oh, I was somewhere else, sorry. It's just like a daydream, but it's so intense that I don't know where I am. And when people usually think of schizophrenia, they just think of somebody yelling and speaking and whatever, but it's not always just yelling. It could be very calm and quiet, and maybe when I'm talking, I'm not even really making a noise, I'm just moving my lips. But I'm gone, I'm not in reality anymore. Throughout the day, I like to just wear headphones whenever I'm walking around, or wear sunglasses, because if I start talking to myself, people will just think that I'm on the phone. One day I was taking the train and I looked down the subway and there was this homeless guy talking to himself in the exact same way that I did it. And I realized, what's the difference between this guy and me? And I thought, I have a support system. And if it wasn't for my family, my friends, and my doctor, I could so easily be this guy. I would say that if a security officer sees somebody having some kind of episode, maybe they're talking to themselves or they're just kind of acting a little bit outlandish, try to approach with some kindness, with some empathy, just try to calm the person down. Yeah, a person having an episode is going to be pretty freaked out, and the last thing they want is some sort of security guard, coming over to them, trying to yell at them or just anything like that. So that's only going to make it worse. So if a security guard approaches with empathy and tries to calm them down, that's much better than somebody coming over saying, "What are you doing, miss? Are you okay? Do we need to, kick you out of the museum? What are you doing?" That's not the right way to do it. The nice way to do it, I would say, is, are you okay? Do you need any help? Do you need some water? How can I help you? How can I make you more comfortable?